agree that to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word "bull" following your issue and seat location to 55555. A member of our guest relations team will respond and address.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Rizachet. The post pairing, Johnson along with Porzingis. And it's Young in at the point. And for Chicago, at the guards, it's Giddey at the one with White at the two. Dosunmu is out there with Buzelis. And it's Vucevic in at the center. And with another season just getting underway, Tim, what kind of things are you looking for as you watch here courtside early on here in the season?
You want to see which players have made the progression in the offseason, added things to their games, particularly.
Making some changes. Williams comes in for Buzelis. And it's Jackson in for Dosunmu. Atlanta also making some changes here. Okongwu's checked in for Zachary Rizachet. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Dyson Daniel. Johnson against Jackson. It's White on the wing. Clock at 6. Shoots over Alexander-Walker. Not enough on that one as it misses.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Johnson, the pass to Alexander-Walker. Okongwu kicks to Porzingis. Misses the three.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Williams' shot is off.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Alexander-Walker. Pass to Okongwu. Johnson outside. Goes up with the stripe. That shot off the mark.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Hawks. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Okongwu in at the 5.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour grapes.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, the Hawks star Trae Young and Coach Quinn Snyder are both very close. Young said that's the type of relationship we have. It's not forced, it's just genuine. We both want to see each other succeed, and we know we need each other and everybody else around us. Kevin, back to you.
A good partnership. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Chicago making some changes. Buzelis is checked in for Patrick Williams. Dosunmu comes in for Kevin Huerter. And Josh Giddey subbed in for Trey Jones. Here's Jackson into the lane, and they pick up 2. And front and center on the latest issue of Time Magazine. Who other than MP?
And he's been making headlines, turning pages and turning heads. The story just about writes itself.
Rizachet in the corner. A three-pointer, no good. Bulls trail by 17. Pass to Jackson. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. And no good that time. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And it's Shea missing.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there is enough game left to make corrections.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
His willingness to share the ball elevates this offense.
Here's Buzelis, and then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
3-1-2 through.
Check in for Chicago. Mike comes in for Jackson. Now here the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. The Bulls third.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
Pass to Shea. Back to Young. Makes it off the glass. Young's got 16.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
It seems to be an overlooked part of Trae Young's game, but he's led the NBA in total assists a few times.
No doubt. You initially think about Trae shooting, scoring, but he also runs the offense.
Making a switch here. Jackson's checked in, and Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Atlanta leading by 19. Young for 3. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
Outside, Porzingis. And a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Giddey. Pass to Buzelis. Here's White. No good on the 3. And so it's Atlanta holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back right after this.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a long road back for the Chicago Bulls.
I think it's funny watching these guys play defense. This is a circus, and they're getting clowned.
Giving up too many easy looks for sure, but who knows? Maybe after intermission, they'll bring out the Tigers. And guys, let's turn our attention to the future, shall we? Here's the upcoming schedule.
Well, right now for Chicago, you can already see they have the makings of a good team, but they also have things to iron out.
Splitting the first two games, this next one could indicate which direction they're headed. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Buzelis out there with Dosunmu. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value.
He's checked in for Dosunmu. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Here's Jackson. Pass to Giddey. 6 on the shot clock. Good on the triple. Giddey's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And not a guy who takes a ton of threes, but Giddey can knock them down if you let him.
Even after pivoting towards their youth, GA the Hawks last season had an improved record.
Yeah, they traded away a bunch of rotation veterans, but the young fellas showed they were ready to step in, and this group didn't miss a beat.
Jackson from long range. Rebound, Atlanta. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Down low, here's Ricochet.
Yeah, if you give Ricochet a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Chicago. You know, one thing about MP, he is used to pressure situations. Not long ago, he was leading his team to a European title with a win over a very stacked Istanbul team.
To get experience like that, playing in a championship against other professionals, that's something that few rookies get to enter the league with. MP is very prepared for the pressure that will come at him in the NBA because of it.
Young. And a wide open look for Daniel. The basket good off the assist from Young.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The Hawks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the 3rd quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Back to Daniels. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And that's Young at his best. Attack, draw defenders, and kick it out.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Jackson misses.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Daniels against Jackson. Left side, Porzingis. And again, it's Atlanta.
Such assertiveness. This is why Porzingis is a go-to option on offense. Never afraid to take a big shot.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And so it's Atlanta out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talk.
That last 2 or 3 minutes.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court right now for the Hawks, we've got Luke Kennard. He's out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Houston in at the 3. Okongwu, the pass to Alexander-Walker. To the middle, the Hawks working the ball around. Buries the long-range jumper.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Houston's gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Stolen away. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta.
Get the perimeter.
Kennard kicks to Okongwu. And it's Alexander-Walker in the corner. Pass to Houston. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Bulls. They host the Kings after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Outside Jackson. Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions. Only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of their starters not yet scratching their prime. So there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Chicago making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. Here's Alexander-Walker, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Bulls shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Second personal foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
And we should also mention their work on the perimeter. They have found quality looks from deep, and they have knocked them down.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss is just on him.
Herter finds Jackson. Gay with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Alexander-Walker. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Alexander-Walker's got his first bucket of the night. And so it's Giddy with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Pass to Gay. Takes it inside. And it's in there.
Hey, that was easy. Maybe too easy.
Assist from Onyeka Okongwu.
For Chicago, they've gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. That bucket in no time at all. Herter's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Pass to Houston. From deep. Drills the three-pointer.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Jackson down low. Over Okongwu. Jackson misses.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
He seems like he's moving okay, but clearly something isn't right.
Count it. Good.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Atlanta.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, when you look at the huge... And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin.